So today, I'm off down to see Hugh at Mona Tractors, down at the Clonstumberdy depot. Gonna go look at Kramer's, some John Deere's, bits and bats down there. Then we're back on the fencing project, pulling some wire out with a Quickfencer in a bit of an unorthodox fashion. We've got a John Deere Gator on site down there, do a quick review on that. So hope you enjoy the video. If you've not already done so, please like and subscribe. The subscriptions really help, cost nothing, grows our little channel. And as always, we look forward to your comments. Hope you enjoy the video. So I'm just off to Mona Tractors. We're down in North Wales for a few days with the family over the bank holiday. It's been chucking it down the whole time. So whilst we've all been suffering drought farming, so I'm sorry guys, I'll go on holiday again. That's a sure way of getting rain, isn't it? So I think there's an awful lot of rain coming, spreading across the country, back towards Cheshire anyway. So just going to pop down and see Hugh, Mona. You saw in one of the other videos, I've bent a step on the 185. So rang Hugh, told him, he sent me a photo here. I told him, yeah, that's great, but it's the wrong colour. And within 10 minutes, he sent me this photo. That's proper customer service, isn't it? So yeah, well chuffed with that. That is nice. So yeah, Hugh's got a rattle can out and sprayed it up for us straight away. So isn't that lovely? So I'm just going down here. We've got a new trailer to pick up. I don't know if it's ready for us yet, but I thought I'd pop down and see. So we're going to have a chat with Hugh, see what's going on at Mona. Just pulling into the yard now. This is the Clonstumberdy depot. It's got some big Vicom rake. That's cool. Lots of tractors. That's a nice little 6215. Lots of Ifor Williams trailers. They've gone big in Ifor Williams. So will Hugh be up yet, do you think? Can't see his car. I bet he's still in bed. Just got to Mona Tractors. Hugh sat here, bless him, watching me. I've got to look at this Kramer. So we always moan about the JCB being bad with paint. Maybe we should consider one of these. Perhaps have a little drive of one. So what's this? This is a 356. So I guess that's 3.5 tonne to 6 metre. It's quite a compact machine, isn't it? The fuel tank's here, so that's all plastic. So that's quite good, isn't it? So it stops all the dirt getting flicked over to where the paint can come off. This is, yeah. Never driven a Kramer. It looks quite a compact, smart little machine, doesn't it? Perhaps have a word with Hugh, see if we can get this on demo. I don't know whether they do a 9 metre or not. I like the 9 metres. I think that's a 6 metre. That's cool, isn't it? I think John Deere have got a sharing Kramer, because I think John Deere stopped doing telehandlers. They did them for a while, didn't they? And now I think they've got a sharing Kramer, so they pushed Kramer through the John Deere dealerships. Yeah, well, look at that. New Holland. Cool. That's compact, isn't it? Look at that. 6M125. That might be what he's sending on demo to us, I don't know. Look at that, that's quite cool, isn't it? Look how small the bonnet is. Compared to like the 135, the R series we've got, that's really compact. I've with a Hugh. He's on about sending us one of those on demo. That might be quite a handy little fencing tractor. Bloody great weight block on the front of that. The M series, they didn't do the M series of 50, did they?
For years.
And that goes at 50.
And
it's small.
it feels fast as well when you're in it. But they're great.
We could get my wife one of these for going shopping in. It does look handy. Oh, that's quite exciting, since it's 50k. Put a front link on that, and that's belting.
Yeah, so it's 125 horsepower, but it'll boost to 150.
Really?
Yeah. So it's.
So why are the bonnets so big on all the other John Deeres? Like, because this has got like, no, this is tiny.
They've they managed to keep it nice and compact. They have raised the height of the cab.
But it doesn't look big, does it?
Yeah.
This looks well handy here.
When you park it next to the old 6430s, it's a lot taller, even though it's the same length.
Is it?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Because that 6420 of ours that definitely looked a bigger tractor. So you reckon it was just, that's taller, but the bonnet on the 6420 was like right out here. It was up here, wasn't it?
Yeah, they do a 10 foot by 5'4" as well.
That must be what we've got. That does look a bit wider than ours.
That's quite a popular one.
We've got two. We've got a smaller one for the chipper and then a wider one. These are a bit more robust, aren't they? A bigger thread on here. That's a better idea. The ones on ours are all threaded. Need to get new bolts for, but that's a much bigger,
Is
much
yours
bigger thread.
Design, or is it like like that? That's the GX.
Like this.
Oh,
two
yeah,
of them
with
like
the
this,
plates,
but smaller ones. Yeah, blowing across now. That's a big rake.
Yeah.
Look at that next to the little one. Look at this. You can't put those next to each other. No one's going to come and buy that when it's parked next to that.
Yeah, we still sell a couple of single rotor rakes every year.
Yeah, they are handy. They're good if small paddocks and small places. See, we run a different make, but our rake, what's that? Is that 7 metre? 7
to 8.
Yeah, we've got 6.5 mounted. And we went with mounted because I just thought it was handy for getting in and out of places. But then I see my mates have all got twin rotor semi-mounts. And actually, they get in loads of places that I was nervous that we wouldn't get in.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it was a daft idea having the slightly narrower 6.5 metre mounted. It would have been better with one of these.
Yeah. What someone told me once was if you can take the like a 14-ton silage trailer in the field, this will fit in the field as well.
Yeah. The only thing is with the 6.5 metre, we find with a baler, is it can be difficult if the crop's light to get a decent enough swath where you want to pull a bit more in. You want a nice square-sided, good bale shape.
Just got to remember with the turning rear axle on this one.
And
can get you into a mess.
Do you stir that, or are they just cast?
Works like mechanical.
Of course, links on that, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does work quite well for getting into fields and things, but like if you're on a really narrow road and you turn tightly, it will go into the hedge, the opposite side. I've learned the hard way.
6630. That's a nice old bus, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, back on site. So most of the team have been down post knocking over the last week or so. So I slipped away on holiday for 4 days down in Wales that was wet. So I've just come back down today on my own just to start putting a bit more wire up. Rest of the team are off on another site. So it's sort of quite a lot of wire to get up now, and the stock netting's not really a two-man job when all the prep's done. All the godfathering struts are all put in most places. I think I will bring someone else to help me tomorrow. We've got a few tricky bits where the wires need to get pulled out behind a load of trees, so that was generally easy with two of you. So we'll perhaps bring a bit of help down tomorrow. But today I just thought I'd start smashing a load of this wire up. Yeah, we just tie this on. So this fence is going to be stock netting with a insulated plain wire on the top above it. So you see now we'll just start spinning this wire out. Just go nice and steady to start with, make sure nothing's catching. You've not made any faux pas and got everything in the right place, it's not catching anywhere. We can just run her out. It's only a short run this, we've got a section here where there's a gate going. So it is only a little run. Let's go past the post a little bit, leaving enough space, there's a little plenty of space in front of us to be able to draw past at the moment. We'll just flick this lever over. And what I'm doing is, as that cams over, I'm just making sure it doesn't sit on a knot like it's about to there, and trap a knot. If you trap a knot there, then that's often where it will break the wire if you're not careful. As we tension now, that'll just trap itself, excuse me, without damaging the wire. So drop the front link down. Just make sure I'm happy with the way it's pulling square. So it's leaning forward slightly, so the top link just wants shortening a little bit. What would be really useful with this would be to have a hydraulic top link. Just drive forward nice and slowly. That wire's clamping on the machine. And you see tensioning along this post. Just drop the link arm slightly to get that to where I want it, quite low to the ground, because I'd like this to stop the the client's little dog's getting through as well. That's looking pretty tight now. I'm just going to tie this off now. Double staple this up, clip it back, and tie her off. There you go. So that's all made off nicely. See that there, all tied on neatly. So, really pleased with that. Nice, good tension in the fence. Notice, I know I keep banging on about this, bucket next to us, putting waste in, all the bits of wire, all those offcuts, just in straight in the bucket. It absolutely boils me if I walk down the line and any of the teams just like clipped a bit off and slept on top of a strainer or something like that, or forgot to pick it up off the floor. Like, just don't want to see any bits of wire left anywhere. So bucket next to post where you're working, clip it off straight in. Can't lose it. You know, if you drop one, pick it straight up, put it in there. Right, so back fencing again today. Got a lot of wire up yesterday. That was a good day. Started a bit drizzly again today, but we do need the moisture still. So we're still out with a 6130R. Got the Quickfencer on the front like yesterday. But we've got this section here, which is like an avenue of trees. So I'll just show you this. So we've got the fence posts already knocked in, but also we can't get the tractor and Quickfencer between the horse chestnut trees and the hedge and the new fence line. So what we're going to try and achieve, we've done similar things before. Wires coming off the Quickfencer. It's about 400 metres there still. Round through here. That's all loose, locked in place so that it can't trap the wire. Coming down, and then we've used monkey climbers. We use for tensioning, like hand tensioning. That's 2 bars bolted together, nice little radiuses on them. That traps the wire nice and firm so the wire can't slip. We've shackled that, some big strops, to another shackle and strop to the back of the John Deere Gator. So effectively it's like a big cotton reel up there, and we should just be able to pull that wire off like a dispenser and just drive down the fence line, hoping that this bar doesn't dig in the ground. So one of us will walk alongside, just making sure that's going good. Drag it all the way down with the Gator, make off the wire at the far end, then we can come back up here and tension the wire back up as normal. So we've got this one to do, and then the same on the other side of the driveway. So that's this morning's challenge. See, it's dead tight down here. You can never pull this out by hand, the resistance to the wire. I'm just hoping that on the length of the run we've got, the Gator's heavy enough and strong enough. It doesn't run out of traction as we get to this far end, but we've got her in low box and 4-wheel drive. The only thing we're going to struggle with now is getting some spare slack, I reckon, because we need to get right to the corner. And we're towing this thing like 20 foot behind. What I think I'll just do now, just see whether I can, if I can get the wire behind this neck strainer, change the direction of the pull. So what I'm thinking is if we can get this wire around this strainer here, it'll change direction of pull, and I can pull off down the field that way, and then it'll get me the slack so I've got enough space, spare wire to get into the corner. Right, so let's pull the wire out here now, so just need to make sure I've got enough wire to get back that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14 paces, and down to this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. That should give us enough. Right, so we're on the other side of the drive now. We've just made the wire on, clamped that on with that little system that you saw a minute ago. Went really well. And we're just going to try and spin the wire out down this little avenue of trees. So, Gator time again. So you can see this clamp now, it's just got that wire. Just undo a few nuts and bolts. Underneath you've got this like rounded profile. This bar welded here. It's nice and round and smooth, and then on this side, they're round and smooth. And the wire, once that's pulled down, one bar's pressing into there. Just comes down and presses, forces on the wire. Just traps it nicely without kinking the wire or making damaging it at all. Obviously this is what you use, a pair of these on either side and then the monkey climbers in between for tensioning wire by hand, but applied like this it does a good little job. Like I said, a lot of huffing and puffing pulling that wire down that fence line. Okay, so just thought I'd show you this. I need to turn the wire off now. It's just since pulling the wire out down that fence run. Just wanted to have a quick chat about this. So this is real kindly the clients let us use this for pulling the wire out behind the trees. They've recently purchased it. So it's a John Deere Gator XUV 865M. I know nothing about John Deere Gators. We've often thought in the past about getting some sort of runaround fencing projects like this, where we've got getting tools and materials around without making too much mess on the ground. Maybe tree planting, hedge planting, the stuff we do in the winter where it can be difficult to get out with the pickups from Land Rovers without getting stuck or making a mess. So we have considered these, but literally it has only been a consideration of maybe get a runaround. Not looked at brands, different vehicles, whatever. Obviously you know that we run our little fleet of tractors is John Deere, so it probably kind of makes sense to look at the Gators first. So this isn't a demo or anything, this is just the clients that we're working for, their runaround that their staff use for maintaining the grounds and the farm. So I thought to share a few things about it, like I'm new to these. So first things that stick out to me, bull bars. So there's quite a lot of protection. I say bull bar, maybe it's for a sheep or a ram, but you know, front protection, good little steel system, wrapping right round, protecting all the bits that are going to get whacked. And that follows around the back of here. Looking at the fuel tank, that looked a bit exposed originally, but then seeing that this is actually plastic guarding all round, not the actual tank itself. So I kind of like plastic in bits where it makes sense, especially strong plastic. I don't like JCB plastic mudguards, they crack. But if it's the right plastic, it's kind of better than the metal getting covered in mud, sat wet all the time, rusting, bubbling through. So in the right places, I think it makes great sense to have plastic guarding on areas as long as it's backed up by steel behind, which I think that is. Underneath, steel plate, it's only thin, it's only tin, you can hear that. You know, what is it, 1.5 mm, 2 mm thick. But as long as it's got backed up underneath, there's quite a lot of screw and bolt holes under there. It's stopping anything flicking up and damaging anything under there, so I kind of like that about it. Load bed, this is like a bobbly plastic. I'll show you that in a bit more detail in a minute. But that plastic's sort of textured, looks hard wearing, and I like the way they finished it with a metal bar on top. There are lashing points in all four corners on the load bed, so you can ratchet strap your load on. But then you've got these bars. Again, you could always put straps over that if you wanted to as well. It's a good strong fixing point. So I think that's kind of a good detail. Look at the brakes. It's got like little tiny alloy wheels, which is cool. So little tiny alloys. And I've noticed it's got disc brakes all round. So disc brakes more efficient than drums. And I'm guessing it means that you've not got, like in a drum brake system, all the mud and sludge that these things are banging through all the time could accumulate, whereas that can be kept clean. So yeah, that's got all round disc braking. I like that about it. See, there's like pinholes here, spring clips, you can pull those out, and I guess that drops this to allow you to get under here. The engine's not under here, engine's behind the cab. What you've got under here is radiator, coolant levels, all that jazz under there, and a few electronics. So that just allowed you to access that easily. What I didn't realise, which I kind of I like a lot, turn the ignition on. Tips. Little electric tip on the back. And that reveals where the engine is. So the engine's under here. It's a diesel engine. I don't know any more than that. I don't know what make of engine it is. Don't know how big it is, how powerful it is, or anything else about it. If you're interested in any which way, you have to look at the spec sheets. It's not my area of expertise. But I can see there's a clip on the little tipping ram there, which you pull out, and I'm guessing that'll allow the whole bed to go right back to get full access to that engine bay area. So having the tipping back system makes it really easy to get on that. I'm guessing if you didn't have a tipping back and it was a bolted one, I'm guessing you'd have to undo a few bolts and hoik that off. I don't know, I'd say, first time I've looked at one. But that's cool, I like the fact it tips. I don't know what I put on there which would tip with. To be fair, I don't know what the payload is. I'm not going to, you're not going to put tons of gravel or anything on the back of it, but I don't know, bit of garden maintenance, grass cuttings, even just the fact you can tip it up so when you power wash it out, it all just drains out. It's probably handy for that. I'm saying that without not knowing how much the option is to have an electric tipper versus a flat one. When I know the price of what it is extra to have it tipping than non-tipping, I'd probably be happy about just getting in there and scrubbing the back out myself. However, if the availability is to have a tipping one, I think that's kind of a good feature. Quite quick as well. You know, that's tipping quite fast for a little, for a little machine or a little electric ram, because that's obviously been driven by electric motor. Pretty good. Tailgate's quite good as well. Oh, you're not following me anymore. Come on, camera. Yeah, so tailgate's quite good as well. Catch there. Cores on it like the back of the Isuzu pickups we have, so there's loads of strength in there for loading stuff over the top of, like that. Like the fact the window's really big at the back, loads of visibility for behind you. Only criticism I would say, there's no rear wiper on it. It'd be nice to see that with a rear wiper. It was raining before and the rain was driving at the back of the vehicle. Yeah, I think a rear windscreen wiper would be good. I'm guessing there's an option for that. If there isn't an option, then I don't see why there isn't, but I'd imagine there is, and I think that'd be a good thing to have. Yeah, that's all good and strong. Tow bar's right under here, which is a bit tricky. I had to get a little trailer off it earlier. You know, you sort of through here, round there, whatever, to get to the tow ball. That's a bit difficult with this. But I'm guessing it's how often you put your trailer on one of these. With having the load bed on the back, I'm guessing you're not trailering all the time. So maybe that's inconsequential, but it was a bit awkward. But I understand that it needs to be right back in there because you want to, you don't want the leverage of the trailer weight and drawbar too far back, taking the weight off the front end of the vehicle. So I understand why it's there, just a bit awkward, but that's the only criticism on that area. Little light guards around it. I don't know what's standard on these things. My camera stops following me. Don't know what's standard on all these things. Will you sit there? Yeah, I don't know what's standard on all these things. It's got little light guards. That's good. So this bull bar kit, don't know whether that's standard or extra. Don't know. It makes sense for the spec to me to have those things on it. Wing mirrors, they're good, simple. 2 on that side, one showing at different angles to right under the back of the vehicle, which is nice. Gives you good visibility on that side where you're not sat. They're fine. They're a bit plasticky. They don't feel very strong. They flick back nice and easily, so if they do whack them, I'm guessing you're not going to break them that easy on this part of the mechanism. Not sure about that plastic there. I'd like to see a bit more guarding on the back of those. I think the smaller the vehicle, the more likely you are to take it through those little silly places, through holes in hedges and stuff like that. It'd be nice to see that a bit more protected. This one here has got like a bar where these 2 different mirrors go onto. That's a thinner bit of plastic. Again, I just think there's a bit of scuffing on here already. A little bit of scuffing there, where obviously exactly what I'm talking about, going through little tight places, it's been caught. Maybe just a bit of a protection would save you. As soon as you hit that plastic and damage that, break that, the glass is broken and then it's like game over and a load of money. Yeah, protect those, please. There's a little rubber thing here. Look at that. See that there? That little bit of rubber. Protects the hinge. I don't know whether that's like to stop fingers getting trapped or... I don't know why that's there. No idea. Don't see how that protects or helps anything. What does that do? Should we see if I can trap my fingers? See whether it is, if that's what it's for or not. Let's have a look. Open the door. And that does that. Oh, look there. I could catch my finger, I could trap the ends of my fingers in that hinge. But with the rubber there, I can still trap my fingers if I put them in that. Why you put your fingers in there and then open the door is beyond me. But it's not doing that. So, anyone know, answer in the comments, what that little bit of rubber there, what is the purpose of that? if there isn't a logical explanation, I would save the money in those and put a piece of something to protect my wing mirror. Just my thoughts. What I do like, this is pretty good. So we can open the window and let a bit of draft through here. You see, so the draft can come up through here. Or we can open it right out like that. So it's like fully open. You get a load of wind in your face and probably a load of flies at this time of year. But that is pretty good. If you had too many rabbits and you had to do something about those rabbits, this would be pretty good. I like that. What else can stay while I'm sat in here? So transmission, we've got low, high, neutral, reverse, just on one stick. There's no clutchless system, so I've just got a brake, an accelerator, and a foot-operated handbrake. That's dead simple. You just rack it on the handbrake and then push it again and it pops off. So that's dead simple. Got a 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive option button, and the diff lock. Same emblems as you've got on the tractors, so that's not confusing. Windscreen wiper and washer, squirters, hazards, fans, speed, temperature somewhere, I guess. But I can't see the temperature controls. No, there's a high and low fan. But I can't see any way of controlling the actual temperature of that fan. I don't know, maybe it's me being stupid. Flood spotlights, indicators, so it's got the road pack on it, high-low beams, tip trailer, horn. Yeah, kind of dead simple layout. Bench seat in there for 3, so my driving position and then a bench there to the side of us for 2 more people, all with 3-point harnesses. So you've got full seat belts. I'll show you this again in a minute, but I like this door catch. Door catch is ace. Really good. So look at this. If we jump in here. So rather than faffing around like you would in a Land Rover down here, trying to find like, get out, we can't get out because my hand's all the wrong way around because they're all here. This is there. Can you see that? Let me show you. Look at this. It's a great big square button here. So I want to get out, boom. No faffing around down here, messing about. Have it. Like that a lot. Really good. Gas strut down here as well. So that acts as a stay and makes the door that bit lighter to open. And probably just takes a bit of wind shock out of it. So that's good. Little grab bar here. So when you're driving too fast, the wife has got somewhere to hold on to, like, ah! But yeah, that's good. Arguably, why there isn't one here, but I suppose you can hold onto the door. But yeah, if someone is driving a little bit erratically over the field, at least you've got something to hold on to in front of yourself. But you've got your seatbelt on anyway, so that shouldn't matter. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think I'll like it less when Hugh sees a video, rings me up and gives us a price on them, because I think I'll be shocked how much these things are. But yeah, well impressed. That's Andy shouting down there now. He's like, stop filming, get some work done. And rightly so. So Andy's tied off. We've got the Quickfencer at this end. So I'm just going to flick this over, reverse back, we'll tension up, and we'll get this done. So what we've got to do now is, I don't know whether I'm going to have enough room behind me to tension this in one pull. Just got to flip this bar over at the front. See there? That cams over, as you see in all the videos. That's what's trapping the wire, allows him to tension it. Sad news is I can't actually see Andy down there now for direction of how tight it's going because the tree canopy's in the way. So I am playing a bit of a guessing game. The other problem I've got now is because the way that everything's been put, all these strainers and posts In fact, the straight you're sat on, and the posts around it have all been put in behind because whoever's been post knocking down here this week or didn't think about how we'd go about tensioning this part of the wire. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it at that there. I have achieved it though without knocking any posts over, which is a miracle. Now you can see here, got quite a lot of tension on that. Ooh, very nice. Just pull that to about the right height. So this is a great privilege today. So you'll notice my hammer. See whether you can see this. Yeah, so you see my hammer. Shore strike. Look at the shape of that. That's epic. Rather than a rounded end, you just never miss the staples with it. They're brilliant. Apart from mine's falling apart. See? Handles come off. That is now horrible to use. The local suppliers have stopped selling them, so I can't find another one. Shore strike hammer. Look at the profile. Wicked. Can't recommend them highly enough. Andy, hidden away secretly in the workshop, look what I find. Brand new Shore strike hammer. Look at that. Fully intact, tactile rubber handle with the same profile end. It's even got little bits of green and look at that little coding. Green and red tape. It's Andy's little signature. Andy's special hammer. Andy doesn't realise I found his special hammer. Is Andy ever going to get his special hammer back? Or, answers in the questions, do I put my knackered one back in his fencing pouch? Probably not for very long. It does what it says, Shore strike. It's brilliant. We need to make inquiries of where we can buy more. We used to have loads. We've broken a few, we've lost a few. A few have disappeared. Sorry about this, I'm sure there are more interesting aspects to video production than listening to me knock staples in whilst watching my arse. But we'll see how this knocked in. Right, that's all double stapled, that'll hold. We'll trim the wire out now, like you've seen us do a million times. Wrap it round, pigtail it all off, neat and tidy. That'll take the long-term stress of the fence. Job's a good one. Well, that's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If not already done so, please hit the subscribe button and we'll catch you on next Saturday. Thanks for watching.